Kilo Zulu 4 Zulu Kilo.
Zulu Kilo, this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. What's the name there?
Afternoon Qso-Vlog net. What's the name there?
Name is Smiley. We've talked before.
Yes, Smiley. Roger, Roger. And what's your location, sir?
What's your location, sir?
I'm in LOJ, Georgia, in North Georgia.
Yes, sir, in Georgia. And what's the radio that you're running?
Georgia, and what's the radio that you're running?
Running 7300 through a Ameritron AL811H.
Roger, Roger. I think we could probably improve your modulation a little bit for our setup if you would be interested. It starts again with the compressor engaged at a 3 token amount, but it does precisely what we need it to do, Roger.
Precisely what we needed to do, Roger.
Roger, the compressor is set on 3. I'm on a Heil headset. I bought one for field day and liked it so much that I started using it all.
Roger, Roger, Smiley. Okay. What I suggest then is that you take that boom, move it out in front of you as far as it'll go, stretch it straight out as far as it'll go, and at the very last minute, make your 90-degree turn. So that boom, we're trying to get that boom out as far as we can in front of your mouth. Roger, Roger?
In front of your mouth. Roger, Roger?
Roger, that's done.
All right, now go to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Roger, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, Smiley, if you could be just a little bit faster. See, that's the thing. You want to try to see that where that meter's actually reading. And if it's just going up and falling back, it's hard to see precisely what it's reading. So that's why I suggested that you speak fairly rapidly to keep that meter up so you can pretty much tell where it is. And that would be like 100, 200, 300, 400, like that.
200, 300, 400, like that.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. I see what you're saying. Okay, it's a little bit above half.
Yes, sir, that is precisely what we're looking for. Now, if you could give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system. Roger, we are on a combination dipole, 80-40 dipole with coils on the 80-meter side to shorten it a little bit, and that's where we are. Roger, Smiley. Now I hear a tone somewhere. What is that tone?
That's probably the fan on the amp.
Oh, Roger, it sounds like about a 1 kC tone?
Like about a 1 kC tone?
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Roger that. Well, now since you are carrying that mic along with you, what's the possibilities of moving a little bit? I'm assuming that's coming off your power amp. Is that a Roger?
That's coming off your power amp. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, that's a Roger. It's sitting about the only place it can be sitting, about 3 feet from me.
Roger, Roger. Wow, man, that's pretty interesting for for that much. Now, what would happen if you were to move a little bit further away? Is that possible?
A little bit further away. Is that possible?
All right, I'm about 6 feet away now.
Probably not worth the squeeze. I could still hear it back in there. That's an interesting tone. I never have heard a fan quite that frequency. Usually they're a lot lower and go, something like that. But gosh, that bear in mind. don't know what to tell you about that. The only possibility would be, trying to get a better signal-to-noise ratio as far as yourself versus the amp, and you can just think about that a little bit. It's not anything that's competing with your voice. It's just there in the background. Roger?
There in the background, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. I also just turned down the monitor a little bit. Maybe that'll make a difference.
And what monitor would that be, sir?
And what monitor would that be, sir?
The monitor in the radio, the 7300.
Oh, gosh. I would not run with that monitor on in transmit. I would not run with that monitor on in transmit because, if it leaks, it just causes problems. I would keep that monitor off in transmit. So, obviously you're going to have to need it in receive, but I would not use it in the transmit mode, Roger.
Use it in the transmit mode, Roger?
Yeah, roger that.
Yeah, because, all earphones leak. And so when that leaked audio is not the best sounding thing in the world, and if that's getting into your audio in the background, that is not going to be a good thing. So just bear that in mind, or keep it just down to bare minimum, so you don't have any possibility of leakage. Roger.
Possibility of leakage, Roger.
Roger, okay, I'm turning it down and down and down and down and down, and I can just barely hear it. That's about as low as I can go. It's 8%.
Roger, and what we're talking about is your voice, side tone. You're hearing yourself on that adjustment that you're turning down. Is that a Roger?
That you're turning down. Is that a Roger?
That's correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great. Yeah, I would run that at bare minimum, just as least as you can, because, like I say, if you have leakage out of your cans into the microphone, then that's not going to help. Roger, Roger.
Not going to help. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. Kind of taken into consideration, and that's the reason that I had the boom so close and had the gain down a little bit. But apparently that's not the way to go.
Well, normally, I want the whole thing about microphones is what's called proximity effect. And as you start pulling that mic towards your mouth, it starts building up bottom end EQ, so to speak. It's actually how folks used to tune their radios in the very beginning before people had onboard equalization. It would be how they addressed the microphone, because if you work at 1 inch, it's going to sound one way. If you work at 4 inches back, it's going to sound another. If you work at 6 or 8 inches back, it's going to sound another way. So they would use their proximity to microphone to come up with the equalization curve that they were looking for. Now, what I'm saying is, and I wanted you to move that mic element further away because I didn't want the bass buildup in your audio curve. Roger?
In your audio curve, Roger.
Roger, I understand, and I still have it set as far as I can get it from my mouth, as you suggested.
Yes, sir. I would run it like that, and also I would run my ALC meter. Make sure my ALC meter is up so I can see my ALC as I'm talking, and I get some idea then about what's going on there as far as modulation, because the ALC is the Bible for your radio, and it'll tell you precisely what's going on better than your friend down the street. Roger?
Better than your friend down the street, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. I just feel to see if it's just bumping just at half.
Roger, Smiley. Well, let me say 73 to you, sir. You have a great afternoon. I meanwhile am working on bringing up my Milford SDR again. I don't know what it is with them folks, but it sure keeps me hopping. And I guess we all got to be somewhere, and I would be lost without it. I just have to keep refreshing it, I guess, bring it back up. So anyway, Smiley, 73 down that way to you, sir, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And to hear your audio, go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 7/9/21, and that will take you to this recording and give us a couple of days to get it uploaded. Roger?
Days to get it uploaded. Roger?
Roger, Jim, I appreciate your help very much. Good to talk to you again, 73.
Roger, Smiley, 73 to you, sir, and have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.